be honest, if you live outside of the South, anywhere north of the Mason-Dixon line, y'all been sleeping on T.I. I know it. I ain't saying it was intentional. Maybe it was accidental, but you definitely been sleeping on T.I. But let Dr. P remind you of who T.I. really is and what he means to the South. So today I decided to celebrate the King of the South. These are my top 5 most memorable T.I. moments. I'm going to take you through them slow, so y'all stick with me. These are the moments that made me a fan. They're the ones that made me proud, but most importantly made me realize that this man carries the King of the South title for a reason. And yep, one of these moments includes the ultimate troller, the infamous 50 Cent. And by the end of this video, you just may realize that T.I. carries a better legacy than some of your favorites. T.I. is not only a 3-time Grammy winner, multiple BET and Billboard Awards, MTV, ASCAP, and Soul Train Awards, if that's still a thing. The man who helped shape trap music as we know it today. And yet somehow, sometimes, you New Yorkers and you West Coast guys, y'all like to discuss T.I. as a side character. And T.I. don't take a backseat to anybody. Meanwhile, he just dropped You Better Let Him Know from his upcoming and supposedly final album, Kill the King. And it's taking us back to a T.I. that we all know, love, and respect. Now, Let Him Know is supposed to be from his upcoming album. It's going to be entitled Kill the King. But we've all seen in the last few weeks that it's going to be hard to unalive the king. And that jam, Let Him Know, is quietly climbing the charts. I'm not trying to debate y'all. I'm just having a conversation of T.I.'s career and his long reign as the King of the South. We're going to go from the bottom to the top, but stick with me. Let's start with my number 5 moment. Let's take a deep breath, hit that like and subscribe. Let's get back to T.I. Number 5, 2003 and the arrival of trap music. T.I. came out the gate on that first album, letting you know exactly who he was. When trap music dropped in 2003, it didn't feel like an introduction. It felt more like a warning shot. On Be Easy and Rubber Band Man, he reminds you exactly who he is. Be Easy and Rubber Band Man, those weren't just songs, they were statements. On Be Easy, he raps. Be easy, you don't really want it with me. Be easy. Rhyme about the time I invested in Kane. Pleasure and pain, every aspect of the game. I'm the answer to your prayers if you're praying for change. So I dare you compare us if you say we're the same. That was Hunger, people. Then Rubber Band Man. That was a David Banner produced track that was heavy on the beats and heavy on the lyrics. He raps. Rubber Band Man, wild as a Taliban. 9 in my right, 45 in my other hand. He was painting a world that we Southerners already knew, and that's why it hit so hard. T.I. wasn't just pretending to be the guy from the neighborhood. T.I. was the guy from the neighborhood. And for me, even being in Mississippi, while he was repping Georgia, he represented the same type of men that I was around every day. Up the street from me, around the corner, my cousin, my brothers, my friends. The same energy, ambition, and contradictions. That's when I knew that T.I. wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. Now, trap music didn't just appear out of nowhere. Somebody had to step forth and take it. And T.I. was your man. Y'all, I'm having fun recalling all of T.I.'s greatest moments. Take a minute, hit that like and subscribe, and let's get back to talking about T.I.'s debacle of a life. My number 4 moment, T.I. actually really humanizes the hustler. Rubber Band Man did something cultural that took the whole world by storm. Much like Pimp C and Outkast that came before T.I., it gave dimension to the hustler life. It became a perfect storm for T.I. In all of our neighborhoods, we knew the D-Boy, but T.I. made them layered, calculated, and emotional. He showed that these guys were not just wildcats. They were smart, and their dreams were way bigger than the block. He wasn't glamorizing it blindly, he was contextualizing it. And that made a big impact. And when you start talking about pioneers of trap music, and when we talk about the hustler life, T.I.'s name better be mentioned first, not halfway down the list, and not at the bottom, but at the top of that list. Which brings me to my number 3 moment. Y'all don't leave me. We're going to talk about this 50 Cent moment, but let's move on to my number 3 moment. T.I.'s bold behavior that was there from the day he stepped on the scene and has never changed. The King of the South showdown. This Lil Flip situation. Everybody knows it. Google it. It's funny, but it's not. T.I. traveled to Houston, showed up in this man's own neighborhood to confront Lil Flip to tell him he was the King of the South. Now, rumor has it that T.I. may have gotten punched, but no matter how the legend goes, his point was made. He never had any more problems from Lil Flip. T.I. returned home with the crown, and that's all that mattered. Now, some would say that was bold, some would say it was reckless. But what I can tell you, for T.I., it was probably very decisive. Nobody ever contested T.I. for King of the South again. Exactly. You don't have to like what happened, and you don't have to like how it happened. The point is, the crown was stuck to T.I.'s head. Sometimes you just can't wait for somebody to give you a title. You gotta snatch it. Now sit tight, we're almost there. My number 2 I couldn't choose, so I have a number 2A and a number 2B. My 2 contenders, number 2A and B, represent setbacks for T.I. The setbacks that shows his tenacity and is where things could have gone left, but they didn't. First, my number 2A, arrested before the BET Awards on a felony firearm charge. And legend has it that T.I. showed up at the BET Awards with guns in his trunk. Well, he went to jail, but never entered the building. But he still won 2 awards that night. Now that's wild. You would have thought T.I. would have grown from 2A. Now my 2B is very similar. It's when T.I. and Tiny both got arrested on felony possession of drug charge. This is where I believe the debacle with 50 Cent intensified, because 50 made the comment that T.I.'s wife should have taken the charge. Headlines, public scrutiny, and legal trouble. A lot of artists would have just sat down and given up rap. But T.I. didn't do that. T.I. recalibrated, leaned into his family, and matured publicly. Call it what you want, but for me, that was growth. His King of the South persona evolved, and the evolution is what matters. Now, number 1, and my favorite, is happening as we speak. And like I promised, it involves the 50 Cent. We've all been waiting for this moment, and it is the best one. When 50 Cent, the 2-quarter man, posted a disrespectful picture of T.I.'s wife, Tiny, on the internet. Now we get to my proudest moment as a fan. Out trolling the troll, and it's a family business. When 50 was trolling T.I.'s wife, he ain't having it. And I think even 50 Cent forgot about the Rubber Band Man, because Rubber Band Man is wild as the Taliban. Just as wild and just as vicious as 50. Now this could have gone a whole lot of ways. The first time I saw a bully internet troll be attacked by a whole family of musically talented people. And T.I. and his son released an entire project aimed straight at 50's neck. Unified, calculated, and personal. And this is what stood out to me. Whether you agree with every move or not, seeing a husband and father stand up for his family all of a sudden shifted the energy and raised the stakes. This has been a great year for black men standing up for black women, and it's made me so proud. First Kendrick Lamar, then G Malone, and now T.I. and the Harris family. You can't even articulate what it means to black women when this happens. And suddenly, as Kendrick Lamar says, 50's memes ran out of steam. Oh, he was responding all right, but the energy has shifted. In the court of public opinion, 50 was down and he wouldn't rap. The question becomes, Dr. P, why are you trying to paint T.I. as a giant and the real king of the South? The real answer is yes. T.I. had some highs, and yes, he's had some very public lows. He has said things that I didn't always agree with, and he has done things that I've questioned. But when I think about T.I.'s impact on the world, and when I think about the moments that stuck with me, when I think about his influence, from trap music to taking the South's crown, to surviving legal trouble, then standing like a man with his family, and then showing up and actually delivering every single time, T.I. has had a commendable career. And as he rolls out what may be his final album, Kill the King, it may be time to stop acting like T.I. wasn't one of the architects. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to give T.I. his flowers, because Lord knows he has earned them. Y'all let me know in the comments which T.I. moment was your favorite. Did I miss any? Y'all, if y'all got some greatest moments that are different from mine, just say hell yeah if you think I got it right. Now, I'm Dr. P, ageless hip-hop fan and around-the-way girl and hip-hop sophisticate. Just remember, anytime you catch 50 trolling online, you can always go back to the day when T.I. said, you met the right one. And thanks for stopping back by the house. Motivation. Be easy. Living their life. Oh, I'm just a trouble man. I'm always in trouble, man.